stick ends up on goal. Story has it now in the near corner. He'll just cycle it behind the net. And Filler's in the vicinity. Thiel now finally turns and will go for a change here. And the Sailors have fresh legs. It's Ripley right off of the bench. And he couldn't quite corral that and fire it home. 14:20 to go in this second period of play. We are live now. I don't know what was going on there. A little bit of a mishap, but we're all situated with our YouTube feed.
Maybe it's because we're streaming all the way to Victoria, Australia.
Heck yeah. What is it, Ballard?
Ballard, yes.
Ballard.
The Fuller grandparents are watching.
Another shot from Ripley. That one is kicked to the side by the right pillow of Sean Bolduc. Bolduc now watches on as the Sailors have it in the far zone. Far corner. Sent out to Rushton. In the high slot, makes a move, then two. Fires wide. Comes off of the end wall. Shot is a high riser from Henninger. And ends up going all the way down the length of the sheet of ice for the Sailors to have to backtrack to their own zone to pick up. Doing that is Walker Ripley. Ripley looks up ice. Fires it to Henninger. Sailors are into the attacking end here. Henninger makes a move. He's into the high slot, and eventually it's poked free. And Palmer will take it the other direction. Leading the charge here is Alexander Wells. He'll just chip this one in deep, and it works to the far corner. Sailors trying to battle for this one now. It comes to the near side. Up the wall, but not out. Nice job holding the line there by Dane Smith. However, Rushton does take it, and he finds a soft spot on the ice, sending it back to the Palmer zone. Quickly the other direction off the stick of Matthew Bostelman. And here's Rushton. On a regroup, the Sailors have it. Sends it on Kretschmar, directs it there to Walker Ripley. A little bit of a different regroup, but, whatever works, right?
Right.
12.
Does that count as a shot and go when your own player shoots it?
No. Here's a chance. Oh, he tried to Michigan. Griffin Maltby. Trying the old Michigan or Svechnikov, whatever you want to say. It is going to be worked in the near corner now.
He tried it. Pops. He got the puck all the way up on his stick and around to the front of the net where he lost it.
Going to be worked down the far side by Kempers up to the blue line. Shot from Doris. Hits bodies in front. Maltby doesn't take it again. He sends it out front. Oh, it bounces around. And eventually Palmer will take this with 12 minutes to go here in the second period. 2-0 lead for your Steamboat Sailors. Pass comes up ice. Taken back by Max Kenny in his own zone. Kenny's got plenty of time to work with. Saucers one up to Bomer. Gives it into Maltby on a nice one-touch play. Maltby back door there to Thiel. Oh, man, I think he was trying to maybe get it back to Bomer. And he just couldn't quite do it. Bolduc jumps on that loose puck just in front of him. 11:39 to go here, second period, Andrew, and they still haven't figured it out.
They have not figured it out. Maybe we could hold up some two fingers, see if the scoreboard will see that there are two. Who'd you text over there?
I tried texting Romig, but he didn't answer. He's doing the clock. I'm texting Eric now.
Well, while he's doing that.
Sorry. We're good. We're good. That's going to be worked by Hubler. Near side, he's trying to fight off Boselman. Now it's worked in the corner by Coleman Bomer. I just combined his names. And out to the neutral zone it goes. Worked in by Palmer. They try and center this one. Ends up on frame. That's a shot on goal. We'll count it. 11 minutes left in the second period. 2-0 lead. Palmer with a chance. Skipped off the end boards in an awkward way. Comes out front. Opportunity saved from Kretschmar. Rebound stopped as well. Third one stopped. Fourth one's digging at.
Still loose.
Eventually,
now the
whistle
off.
blows. No goal. I don't know how Kretschmar kept that one out.
I don't know. He had 3 Sailors and 3 Terrors in his goal crease while he was making those saves. It's very impressive that he was even able to track the puck. Nonetheless, he kept it out of the net. And we're signaling over to the... Nope, still not seeing it. Oh well.
Maybe it's broken.
Anyways, face-off's coming outside of the zone into the neutral zone by the Builders First Source logo on the ice, won by the Sailors. stolen by the Terrors. As play continues in the neutral zone, corralled there by Tanner Ripley. Put on net, and a save by Bulldog.
Sailors doing a good job here. 10:29 to go. They've continued to pressure. They didn't just kind of sit back. I think they have 5 shots, you said, this period?
So far, yes.
Yeah, so a good job keeping the foot on the gas pedal here. Puck comes up near side. Story couldn't get a stick on it. It's going to be worked up by Palmer. But a nice job from Kenny trying to keep that one alive. It is kept in the zone at least momentarily. However, the Terrors do eventually clear it. Now Ripley trying to fight through. He's unable to do so with possession. Body in front of the Space Station press box. And now there's Filler in on the forecheck. Comes to the near side corner. Story has it. Tries to send it out front. Bulldog reaches back and he'll hang on to this. 9:51 to go now here in the second period. And still 2-0 game from the Howie Dome.
Well, Vlad, our press box here is what they would call an open-aired press box.
Yep.
If we were going to put up some walls here, is there any place you would think we could go to get some sort of, I don't know, lumber or building supply?
I'm really happy you said something. Alpine Lumber probably could help us out with that. They're employer-owned and operated, the contractor's choice, and the homeowner's friend. 9:43 to go here. 2-0 lead for the Steamboat Sailors. And they are once again pushing the envelope a little bit here on the forecheck. Trying to keep it alive. No. Squeaks out into the neutral zone. Taken there by Quinn Doris. Doris going to fire it back to his defenseman now. Tate, also his brother. Tate will avoid pressure with a nice little 360 away from the forechecker. Tries to take it up ice. Gets knocked down. Worked in by Palmer. Or into the Palmer end, pardon me. Sent the other direction. And Hubler couldn't quite chase it down. That'll go for an icing. Do want to thank Yampa Valley Bank as well. The Yampa Valley's only locally owned bank, member FDIC. Also Mountain View Car Wash, helping the Sailors clean the competition between town and McDonald's on Highway 40. And Russell's Auto Salon, your premier full-service auto body shop where you always meet by accident. Call Russell's at 879-1515. Russell's Auto Salon, your supporter of the collision of the game.
Oh, okay. So what you're saying is we could go to the bank, Yampa Valley Bank, get a loan for some lumber for our press box.
Yeah.
Stop off at the Mountain Car Wash, get our car wash before we load it with lumber.
Indeed.
Load with lumber, and then when we get in an accident on our way to the rink, we could see Russell's Auto Salon,
Russell's,
where they meet by accident all the time.
There you go. Hey, look, they finally got a text. It's worked in the front. 8:39 to go here in the second period. 2-0 lead for Steamboat. They do possess in the offensive zone. Work near side to Thiel. He tries to get free, but couldn't with possession. Kept alive for a moment by Rushton. Now it does come out into the neutral zone. It's a delayed offsides. It's washed out as Bomer checks up. It's going to be taken now by Palmer's Dane Smith. Gets dispossessed by Bomer. Good forecheck. Now work to the blue line. Ambitious pass, but it connects with Walker Ripley. Sends it down the far side wall to the hash mark. Gets it right back. Oh, nice active stick there from Palmer. They've been on their heels a lot the last 5 minutes or so, wouldn't you say, Andrew?
It's true. They came out, they had that little flurry in front of Kretschmar, but have not had any offensive zone time since that little flurry they had.
Sailors have it at their own zone. The blue line now worked up to Malpe. Gabbard's on the backhand. Malpe sends it back door. And Bulldog for the... Don't count that as a shot. That one wasn't a shot.
You sure?
I'm sure.
Okay.
That one hit off of Thiel's stick, hopped into the air, and then he just kind of reached up and grabbed it.
Would it have gone in if he wasn't there?
It would have gone to the corner.
Oh, okay.
Just remember to, next shot, you don't have to towel.
What if it hits a chunk in the ice?
Excellent point. 7:36 to go here. Second period. Pass up ice. It was going to go the distance, but no icing on it as it did hit off of Aiden Story. Comes up to the blue line, kept alive by Tate Doris. Sending it down the wall, he's got Tanner Ripley. Backdoor man. Oh, it comes free. And Palmer decides to just send this one the length as they've had just about enough of that.
I think next time I set foot on the ice, I'm going to whip some pucks around the board and see how they handle that spot in the ice.
Oh, do you mean the cliff?
The cliff. I think it will change direction in a number of different ways. Uh-oh. We have some guests in the press box?
That's the other thing about having an open-air press box.
Everyone gets to come say hello. And it looks like Sailors won the face-off. Passing the puck down into Gretzky's office, as Vladden would say.
Oh, yeah, you betcha. Sorry, I'm working on finding some fun facts for us.
Oh, good. Palmer steals the puck over there in Gretzky's office, and they try to pass it up, but it is stolen and passed into the high slot. And again, stolen back by the Terrors. They are relentless in their pursuit of the puck. Icing is waved off as the puck is sent down near Indy Kretschmer. The Sailors breaking it out through the neutral zone. Held up at the blue line. Shot on net, saved by Bolduc. Puck into the corner. Sailors still have possession. Another shot on net. Another shot on net. And it looks like, I don't know, there is a Palmer player in the crease, but the goaltender has the puck, so face-off is going to head over to Bolduc's glove side down here.
2-0 score. Sailors on top here from the Howie Dome. 6:18 left now in the second stanza. Face off to the glove side, like Andrew was saying, of Bolduc and company. Shot from the blue line. And a rebound put wide. That was Spencer Romig with a chance. And he just misfired. Now it's going to be taken to the far side at the hash mark. Sailors trying to possess, but eventually it is going to be worked out. And then a shot on Kretschmar, steered behind the goal. Picked up there by Hubler. He reverses course with it behind his own net to Walker Ripley. Comes out on the near side. Ripley steps past one man and then is forced back, and again will retreat behind his own cage. 5:48 left here in the period. Up ice pass, that one behind Romick, and he just couldn't quite wrangle it in. And that will come back 165 feet to the face-off dot.
Wait, Coach says they're icing it so much they could open their own bakery, eh?
Oh, you betcha, you betcha, you betcha. That's a good one, but I'd say that we're in that week of the meme that we just had in our group text. That one was a good one. That was a good one. Anywho, we've got action once more from the Howie Dome. Working it up is Namacek, and he's going to get it into the offensive end with a pass to Spencer Romig, far side. Romig tries to send it out front. Nice effort, no connection. Now it's Palmer, 2-on-2 the other direction. Now a 3-on-2 if the man can hurry into the play. Toe drag attempt, body. Walker Ripley sends a man to the ice, and it's going to be picked up by Stone on the near side for Palmer. Wheels out to the high slot. Lets one go over the head there of Kretschmar, and picked up by Walker Ripley on the far side of the goal frame. He'll try and skate this one out himself. 2-on-2, now 2-on-3 as the man gets back in a hurry for Palmer. Ripley, though, avoids pressure, sends it through the goal mouth. Nobody there. A little bit off the ice as well. Would have been tough to tip that one home. Now into the zone onside is Palmer. Toe dragging a beauty. Backhand opportunity there from Sean Valdez. No good on it. Stone keeps it alive. He gets it to a man just off the bench. Shot on goal. Kretschmar with a save, as Boselman had a good chance for the Palmer Terrors.
Boy, that move there by Sean Valdez, that's what they call a dirty dangle.
Oh, you betcha. He's got some nifty mittens out there, bud.
Those were some nifty mittens indeed.
4:38 to go here in the second period of play. Face off to the glove side of Kretschmar, won by Steamboat. Rushton will take this one for the Sailors. Looks like there's a penalty behind the play for Palmer. They will touch it, and man goes to the box. He knew it. He goes immediately. High sticking called against Hunter Kennedy of the Palmer Terrors.
And I didn't see that at all, so kudos.
Those are one of the easiest calls to make, actually, high sticking, because for the most part, like, reffing's so judgy, right? You're trying to kind of just judge the game and whatnot, but if you connect with the helmet, especially with any type of force, it's pretty easy to call that one. No one's going to argue it.
And kudos to the ref for seeing that in full speed.
Phil now sends it out front. Sailors do have, one power play goal here today so far?
They do.
And that's one of their two so far on the evening.
That was Tanner Ripley in midway through the first.
Sent down low. Thiel tries to get it out front. Shot stopped by Bolduc. Rebound gathered in as well. 1:38 left here in the man advantage. 4:06 to go in the second period.
Oh, this is one of my pet peeves. Repeating songs by the scoreboard crew.
Unless it's a really, really brief one, and you just kind of keep it going on the next one. That's it.
Right. But they played that at the beginning of the first.
Oh, agreed. I'm agreeing with you. Just let you know. Because there's a few songs I just want to party to. You know what I mean? Here's Filler in the near side. He's going to get it to Thiel in the corner. Sailors in the attacking end on the man advantage. Thiel tries to work one. Doesn't have any options up top to go to. Sends it back low to Filler. Taken over, however, by Reese Hunt. He tries to send it up and out, but can't. Here's Malpe. Malpe will just leave one off on a scissor cycle there with Ripley. Backdoor feed, and he connected with Kenny, but he just missed. Fired on the chance. It skipped over his stick. Now a chance from Thiel is going to be blocked down in front by a number of brown jersey players. 50 seconds to go in the man advantage. 3:18 left in the period. Here is Tanner Ripley out of the corner. Up to Thiel. One-timer, just wide. Sent back out front. That one is going to come to Thiel near side. Sends it to Ripley. Couldn't get a shot off. Palmer will take over. A nice little move from Van Dyck. He's going to try and get through. Eventually loses it. Lost his stick on the play as Malpe got back for the Sailors. And Malpe sends it up the other direction. Tanner Ripley was going to Jake Filler, but he had lost an edge as he was entering the zone, trying to just stay on side.
Boy, I hope he finds it.
20 seconds to go. There's not a whole lot of hiding places out there, so I'm thinking he could.
Oh, that's it! I thought that was in.
It is. Tucked home. Tanner Ripley.
The first one was in, right?
I don't know. That was hard to tell. Look. Yeah, it sounded like it, didn't it?
It did. So we'll see what the officials call. It's definitely a goal, nonetheless. Somebody put it in.
Sailors with their second power play goal of the game. So nice job here. Again, we're talking about a game yesterday where Summit scored 5 power play goals against your Steamboat squad. So it's nice to come back and kind of exert yourself in a dominant fashion on the man advantage as well. 3-0 score here. Steamboat adds to their lead in the second period. 2.5 minutes to go from the Howie Dome here at Steamboat, Colorado. Big hit near side. Another one. That's Quinn Doris. They'll be heading to the box, and I'll be texting Eric.
Oh, no. And they gave that last goal to Tanner Ripley, and with the assist from David Thiel and Griffin Malpe. So Griffin Malpe and David Thiel both have a point on every goal so far tonight.
Who was that?
David Thiel and Griffin Malpe have a point for every goal tonight so far.
That's awesome. Good for them.
That's +3 for them.
Sailors are bringing over a penalty killing unit here. 2:19 left in the second. Looks like it's going to be Kempers and Tanner Ripley up front. Walker Ripley and Hubler on the back end for the Sailors. One cleanly by Palmer. Shot blocked off of a number of different Steamboat players. Came to the slot, and it will be cleared up but not out. Nice hold there from Stone. Comes to him. Chance. Shot is stopped by Kretschmar. They call him the fastest chest in the West.
I feel like the penalty box should be sponsored by Space Station and not the press box.
That's probably a good idea. Maybe we can do that. So, Quinn Doris making his way to the Space Station penalty box. It's going to be worked up the ice. Tanner Ripley will be the first man there.
Oh, we got 5 for that.
Oh. You know what? It must have been a hit from behind. Is that what they called for it?
I didn't see
if there was a hit from behind, then it's an automatic 5 if it's in open ice and sends a man into the boards. Could have been what it was. 1:43 to go. Doris will be sitting for 5. Ripley now tries to take it up ice. Palmer connects. Players kind of playing lightsaber duels at the center ice. Now shot. What a snipe there. William Stone, you can kind of feel him coming on. I mean, he's been having a really strong game for Palmer. And he goes upstairs with a sharp shot.
That was top cheddar for sure.
1:28 to go here in the period. 3-1 score. And power play goal and no release. Yep, unreleasable. In lacrosse, they call that the unreleasable penalty. Penalty. Oh, yeah, you betcha. Ensuing face-off with Thiel and Tate Doris as well as Maltby, Max Kenny out there for your Steamboat Sailors. It's going to be worked up the far side wall. I was trying not to talk too much as to not distract you on that one. Hope you got what you needed. 65 seconds remaining here in the period. A man looks like he is down for Palmer. A little worse for wear, but he does skip back up to his feet and looks like he'll stay out there, so he's doing okay. Maltby now behind his own net. He's bodied off. Gives a man a little extra shove there. Gets the puck, and he will send this one the length of the sheet. Oh, looking for Thiel. He was offsides. That was offsides for sure.
That doesn't matter. Palmer stole the puck from him.
I know. He was good for Maltby now. They did touch up, so legal regardless. Here is Maltby behind the net, looking to send one out front. Eventually, he'll just keep a hold of it and find Kenny at the blue line. Kenny tries to get it in, and a shot on frame. Stop there. Nice chance in front by Tate Doris. Taken back by Maltby. He'll send one near side, looking for Doris. Steps in across the blue line, 10 on the clock. Fires it up to Theo, rips a shot. Oh, that one went off the toe of his blade. Looks as though there's a penalty coming up, a slashing call against Palmer with just 4.7 seconds remaining here in the period. So that will nullify 2 minutes of the 2 minutes and 45 seconds that remains on the major penalty to Quinn Doris.
And I know it's only 4 seconds, but still your power play or your penalties getting broken up between two periods. And it's always tough, even though it's only a few seconds to, I don't know what a word I'm looking for.
It was just to carry that into the next period, really. 4.7 to go off the draw. Kenny needs to shoot. He doesn't. Horn sounds, and that's it. 2 periods in the books now with 34 minutes gone from the Howie Dome. It's a 3-1 lead for the Steamboat Sailors. Keep your dials locked in. Third and final period coming up on the other side. This is your Sailor Sports Connection. For Andrew Bilski, I'm Vlad Chase, and this is KTYV 105.7. We're online at SteamboatRadio.com.
On FM is brought to you by Yampa Valley Bank, Alpine Lumber, Celebration, Mountain View Car Wash, Steamboat Ace Hardware, Rockwood Auto Salon, Mountain Mattress and Furniture, Steamboat Resorts by Wyndham Vacation Rental,
and the Paley Group with Colorado Group Realty.
It's time now. Steamboat Sailors Ice Hockey on KTYV Sports on FM at 105.7 and SteamboatRadio.com.
Hey, Sailor hockey fans, PJ Wharton of Yampa Valley Bank here to thank you for supporting our hometown hockey team. Yampa Valley Bank is proud to support all of our Steamboat student athletes and sponsors this broadcast of Steamboat Sailors Hockey on KTYV Sports on FM. Steamboat High School Athletics are an example of our genuine hometown, Yampa Valley Bank, genuine hometown banking. Enjoy the game, and let's go, Sailors!
Hi, Mom. Is Claire's birthday party today? Me again, Mom. Where did I put my history book? Hi. Sorry, forgot one last thing. Sometimes it's hard to concentrate. At school, I start looking out the window, and then I forget what I was supposed to be thinking about. I know it seems like I don't care, but I do. It's just difficult for me. Love you, Mom. Bye.
Join parents and experts at understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues to help your child thrive. Brought to you by understood.org and the Ad Council.
We first opened about 10 years ago. We were small, just a few of us, but it was exciting. I always dreamt of having my own business. It was kind of slow at first, but things started picking up. We had big plans, but in our wildest dreams, we never thought we'd have this much work. Yeah, with so many businesses caught off guard by the storm, Reed Waste Management has never been busier.
What will become of your business after a disaster? Nearly 2/3 of businesses aren't prepared for an emergency, and 40% of businesses that experience a disaster never recover. Make an emergency plan now, before it's too late. For a free online tool that helps you develop an emergency plan to keep your business up and running should disaster strike, visit ready.gov/business. Brought to you by the Federal Emergency Management Agency, the American Red Cross, and the Ad Council.
It's time now for your Steamboat Sailor Spotlight on 105.7 KTYV Sports on FM.
Hi, I'm Jake Filler. I'm a freshman at Steamboat Springs High School. I'm number 5. I play forward. I've been playing hockey since I was 5 years old. I also like to play lacrosse. Outside of school and sports, I'm also involved in competitive shooting. I'd like to go to college at Air Force Academy. I would like to play hockey in college, but probably not. In 10 years, I see myself as an engineer and starting a family. My favorite subject in school is math because it is the biggest step to engineering. My favorite movie is The Hangover because it has Bradley Cooper in it. I like this movie because it takes place in Vegas too. Last summer, I spent the month of June training with a retired NHL player. In July, every week I'd water ski at Steamboat Lake. And then in August, I'd go down to White River and fly fish. My goal for the season is to not be on the third line. My goals for life are to start a family, become an engineer. What I will remember most about being a sailor is times with all my teammates. I'm Jake Filler, I'm a freshman, and I'm proud to be a sailor.
That was your Steamboat Sailor Spotlight on 105.7 KTYV Sports on FM.
I'm Terry. And this is Phil from Russell's Auto Salon.
If you need help with your auto collision repair, we make it easy. Just bring me an email and a claim number, and I'll take care of the rest.
Russell's Auto Salon, Colorado's premier collision center, leading the industry in technology, where we've gone green with Enviro-based paint, and we are proud supporters of Steamboat Sailor Sports.
Russell's Auto Salon, where we always meet by accident. 879-1515.
Russell's Auto Salon.
879-1515.
Steamboat Ace is a proud sponsor of the Steamboat Sailors. That's not the only way Ace supports the kids in our community.
Hi, Bridget here from Steamboat Ace. We are so proud to be a part of the Steamboat community. It's our priority to support and encourage positive activities and hobbies for our youth.
How do you do that?
In addition to local scholarships, Ace invites the sailor community to fundraise for their activity or club by providing a great venue and supplies to host a hot dog or bake sale.
I love it. Every weekend I can shop at Ace and support a great cause.
Steamboat Ace, you're proud to support the Steamboat Sailors shopping place.
It's Thursday night, and you're grabbing drinks with some friends. Started off with a pitcher for the table, which quickly becomes 2. There's pool. And there's the photo booth.
All right, everybody squeeze in. Say cheese.
Followed naturally by an order of wings. And another.
Can we get some extra ranch sauce?
Then there's the ceremonial nightcap.
So what are we doing this weekend?
And lastly, it's back to the car, which, if you're buzzed, could be the most expensive night of your life. Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
It's time now for your Steamboat Sailor Spotlight on 105.7 KTYV Sports on FM.
My name is Indiana Kretschmar, and I'm a sophomore at Steamboat Springs High School. My number is 31, and I play goalie. I've been playing since I was 6 years old, and I also like to rock climb and play golf with my friends. Outside of school and sports, I play wiffle ball with Coleman David, Kate, and Max. I am the catcher, and we are going to nationals in Nashville this year. I want to go to boating college, and I would like to play hockey if I can get the chance. In 10 years, I see myself sitting on a beach with my friends and having a good job. My favorite subject in school is math because I am good at it and it just comes easy to me. My favorite movie is Just Go With It because it's funny and just all around a good movie. Last summer, I worked at the rodeo and went to Boston for a hockey camp. My favorite memory at the hockey camp was just meeting all the new people, and they came in from all around the country, which was kind of different to see everybody at one spot. Cool. My goal for this season is to improve as a player and make playoffs. What I remember most about being a sailor is definitely the bus rides with the hockey team. My name is Indiana Kretschmar. I'm a sophomore, and I'm proud to be a sailor.
That was your Steamboat Sailor Spotlight on 105.7 KTYV Sports on FM.
Man,
Managing local land involves balancing resources such as agriculture, water, and wildlife. I'm Brian Ripley, and I have over 16 years of experience managing ranch resources as your neighbor here in Routt County. I'm the Ranch and Rural Property Specialist for the Paoli Group with the support of Colorado Group Realty. Put your trust in someone that has the practical experience and knowledge to help you with all of your ranch, rural, and equine property needs. I aspire to help you reach all of your real estate goals. I'm Brian Ripley, and you can find me at thepaoligroup.com in the Ranch Division.
Steamboat Resorts not only offers a large array of properties that can host your next steamboat vacation, we have been giving back to the Yampa Valley for more than 30 years. Hi, this is Todd Siefkin, Executive General Manager for Steamboat Resorts. Steamboat Resorts and its local employees have been partnering with our community since 1980, from Sailor Sports to the Pro Rodeo Series, Routt County 4-H, and Yampa Valley Sustainability Council, to name just a few. Call us at 879-8000 or go online to steamboatresorts.com. Steamboat Resorts, your local lodging leader.
Hi, this is Cindy Hayek, owner of Celebrations and Steamboat Arts on the 8th block of Lincoln Avenue. We recently added a new candy store and pottery painting studio for individuals or groups of 12 people or less. Check out our new additions to the arcade. We have air hockey, dig dug, and Galaga. Book a party online today at steamboatcelebrations.com or call 879-3333. Mention this ad and receive 2 free tokens. I'll see you at Celebrations, 831 Lincoln Avenue. Open daily, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Sundays, 11 a.m. to 5
The Cat Show. Up next, we have Nico. Nico is a member of the Shelter Pet Group.
That's right. A group known especially for their sunspot sleeping, ball chasing, leg rubbing, and of course, companionship. Just look how she struts. It's like she owns the place. And see how she curls up and cuddles her person.
The pitch on her purring is simply perfect.
Nice one.
Fantastic cat. But really the best way to know an amazing shelter pet like Nico is to meet one.
Visit theshelterpetproject.org today. Adopt.
Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
It's time now for your Steamboat Sailor Spotlight on 105.7 KTYV Sports on FM.
My name is Tate Doris. I'm a senior in high school. I'm number 10. I play defense. I've been playing hockey for 11 years. I also like to play lacrosse, and I play summer hockey with my dad. Outside of school and sports, I'm involved in working at the ice rink. I scorekeep adult league hockey. I'd like to go to college at either CSU or DU because the schools really interest me and they have what I like to do. I would like to play hockey in college, probably club hockey because I'm not good enough to play together. 10 years I see myself starting a family and hopefully become a lawyer. My favorite subject in school right now is probably science because it's really interesting. There's a lot of hands-on activities. My favorite movie is Cool Runnings.
Cool Runnings, man.
Because it's very inspirational. It shows that you should never give up.
Did you see that GIF that
last summer
Lowen sent? The vape train?
We built after the hurricane. That was very life-changing. I learned a lot of good life lessons. My goal for this season is to go 500 at least and maybe make the playoffs. My goals for life are to become a lawyer, start a family.
Squirrely Dan.
And just live a nice and content life.
Allegedly.
The family, team camaraderie, and all the team dinners. I'm Tate Doris. I'm a senior in high school.
That was your Steamboat Sailor Spotlight on 105.7 KTYV Sports on FM. Steamboat Sailors Ice Hockey on KTYV Sports on FM is brought to you by...
Look what the period is.
Hey, they got the period right.
Ace Hardware, Rockwood Auto Salon, Mountain Mattress and Furniture, Steamboat Resorts by Window Vacation Rental,
and the Paoli Group with Colorado Group Realty.
It's time now. Steamboat Sailors Ice Hockey on KTYV Sports on FM at 105.7 and SteamboatRadio.com.
We now send it to the booth for the call of Steamboat Sailors Hockey.
Welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen. We are here from Howison Ice Arena. Vlad and Chase alongside Andrew Bilski for the third and final period of play. 3-1, Andrew, after 34 minutes of play, and we've got 1 minute and 56 seconds of 4-on-4, and then an abbreviated power play for Palmer. It's that tail end of the 5-minute major that was called against Quinn Doris.
And I got some clarification from the officials. It was indeed a checking from behind penalty, which is why he got to sit in the box for 5 whole minutes. A little less than his brother did last night, but nonetheless, Doris is firmly stamped on that penalty box chair there. And for the shots, I have unofficially 14 shots on goal for the Palmer Terrors and 26 for the Steamboat Sailors, which is miles above what they did last night.
Oh, yeah. It's just not even in the same realm. Good to see that for Steamboat. Like I said, really nice to bounce back and have this kind of performance after the type of game that they had yesterday. And we're just about set, my man. Excited about this third period of play. Palmer did get that goal. It was a snipe from it was William Stone who ended up shooting that one home. And I mean, he's been playing really well. He's been one of those guys that if they were to score, I would have pegged as a potential candidate for it.
That goal was assisted by number 27. I would like you to try and say his name for me.
Isaiah Cerda.
Are you sure?
No.
I'm not sure either.
Often wrong, Andrew. Never in doubt. It's the way I live my life. I didn't know. Hey, just grip it in it, get pucks in deep, go hard to net, and, win some hockey games. We're underway, third period of action. Your Steamboat Sailors right to left on KTYV 105.7 and online at steamboatradio.com. Also on the YouTube channel, head to Steamboat Radio, and it should be that first live link right up top.
And you can even watch that if you're in another country like Australia.
Indubitably. Hello to all of our listeners down under. So we're just underway. Shot stopped by Kretschmar and may have been steered wide. I couldn't tell from this vantage point. 4-on-4 play here from the Howie Dome. 16:25 to go in the game now. Worked over to Max Kenny, and he's going to step across his own blue line and across the red. Across the offensive blue now. Kenny into the far corner. Takes it behind the net. Looks to come out front. Passes it to Griffin Malpe. Malpe at the blue line. Makes a quick move and ducks away from the pressure put on there by Van Dyck. Gets it down low again to Kenny. Comes out front. Cycles it low again to the deep corner. It is Malpe. Oh, man. That shot, high riser, very nearly pegged the corner in the upper left area, but could not quite connect. Sailors with it. Walker Ripley in his own zone. He's just going to cycle this one over to Malpe. 40 seconds remaining. Malpe's pass to Walker Ripley just off the mark. And it becomes an icing that will bring it back 165 feet. That was the fun thing I was looking up earlier in the second period. I was seeing dimensions.
Oh, I thought you were looking up something else, like press box dimensions.
Well, I mean, maybe. You just never know. But if I did build it, I could definitely use Alpine Lumber. They're employee-owned and operated, the contractor's choice, homeowner's friend. A little bit of a lazy group over there, I'd say. It's starting to just play song after song.
Oh, another shot on net.
Two shots right off the face-offs. Still 4-on-4 here. 15 and a half minutes to go in the game. 24 seconds left at even strength. Shot steered out by Kretschmar, who kicked out the left pillow to make the save. Ripley now takes it behind his own net. Steps out on the near side. Looks up ice and decides on his brother Tanner. But Tanner only had one hand on the stick, and that always makes it tougher to wrangle in the puck. It does come back to him. Shot on goal. Stopped there by Bolduc. And it's Bolduc. I asked him. I saw him in the... He's like, why? And I was like, because I'm announcing it on the radio. That's why. And he's like, oh, it's Bolduc.
Deck like a boat deck?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm like, well, I was close. Wasn't off by that much.
You sure were.
So now, man will be coming out of the box with Palmer, and they'll have 44 seconds to deal with the man advantage. Now the Terrors work this one up. Nice pass. This man just came off with a bench for that gentleman out of the box. However, it's going to be turned the other direction. 2-on-2 developing here. Tanner Ripley, he's got Kempers with him. Ripley overskates the puck, has to turn back for it. He'll try to avoid pressure and sends it down the near side wall. Too far for Kempers to reach. Comes all the way around to Kenny on the far side in the corner now. Max Kenny tries to poke check a man, but he's able to kill off precious seconds here. 10 seconds left in the major against Doris. He'll be set to return. Here's Palmer, though, trying just to break out of their own zone. 3 seconds on the clock. A really good penalty kill here for the Sailors. Yes, they got some help with that 2-minute call against Palmer for slashing in the tail end of the second period. But finally, we are skating again at 5-on-5.
And Quinn Dorst looks well rested after that 5-minute break.
There comes up the near side with the puck again, though. Palmer could not break it out. Finally, on a second and then third effort, they do. Jake Filler takes it back for Steamboat. Tried to get it to Doris. Palmer recovers, and it will be Dane Smith. Just peeling behind the safety behind his own goal. Comes out on the far side. He's going to work it up ice to Valdez. Kicks it back to Smith. Gives it to Valdez. And the Sailor forechecker goes down. Lost an edge. Up comes Palmer. They gain the offensive end. Shot goes just wide. That was Sean Valdez, who is another one of those guys for Palmer who I'd say is looking like if they score another one, he could be another candidate for it. I mean, he's just been having a really strong game. Puck comes out to Boldak. Big save. Second shot stopped as well. And then eventually he does cover it.
And we're having some heated discussions down near the net. One player disagreeing with another player, but smartly Aiden Story skated away from the situation, thus diffusing it. Sometimes that's all it takes is a cool head to prevail.
Although he was the one that gave a couple shots, so it's not like he did it, just like he's like, boom, boom, got mine in, all right, I'm out. All right, I'm gonna head out. Slap shot to high riser from Rushton, ends up all the way back in his own zone as it went well over the goal frame, carried off the glass, and Walker Ripley will retrieve. 13 minutes to go in the game, 3-1 lead for your Steamboat Sailors right now on your Sailor Sports Connection, KTYV 105.7 and online at steamboatradio.com. I do want to give a quick little shout out to Steamboat Ace Hardware, the helpful place for hardware, plumbing, tools, grills, garden, and more, offering customers knowledgeable advice, helpful service, and quality products. Also the Paoli Group. If you're searching for your own prime real estate, give them a call, 870-0552.
Does that include in front of the net?
It does. It does indeed.
That is some prime real estate.
You've got to earn your keep when you're in front of the net. Sent out front, chance, shot, goal! Nice job there. The Steamboat Sailors have Cade Byer putting one home. And Byer's excited about that one. Boldeck got a little bit of it, but just not quite enough to keep it out. Hits off of his blocker and right directly off the waffle board and upstairs into the upper left corner.
Yeah, and that was unfortunate for Boldeck because he was wide open, just him and the player. He got a piece of it, just not enough, and it ended up, like you said, in the top corner.
12:22 to go, and it's a 4-1 game. Your Sailors on top. And if you're just tuning in, they are right to left here on KTYV. Puck is going to be taken by Palmer. They almost lose it in their own zone. Fired up, though, and it's going to be taken by Van Dyck. Fires one, stopped by Kretschmar. Rebound to the far side at the half wall. Now worked up, and Henninger's coming in, 1-on-2. Henninger, Gretzky's just inside the zone. And the pass is going to be intercepted and sent the other direction. And it looks as though a slashing call coming up on Tommy Henninger.
And they gave another assist, believe it or not, to Griffin Maltby. So he has a point for every goal so far in this Sailor 4-1 lead here in the third.
Nice job for Griffin, having himself a career night.
That's weird, because you said before the game even started was one of the Sailors that needed to step up, and he has.
11:53 to go. They're making us sound real good, Andrew. Us.
Can you believe it?
So, penalty kill for Steamboat once again. Palmer has it. Look at the official. He's down in the other zone right now. Shot and a goal. Van Dyck with the strike for Palmer. Coming on the man advantage. 11:39 to go here in the game.
That is
4-2.
The Sailor kryptonite there is those penalty kills. So far, 2 goals for Palmer, both coming on the power play.
The other side of it is this, too. They take a lot of penalties.
Okay, that's a good point.
No. I'm just saying it's hard, right? Like that's your kryptonite, and you're putting yourself in that situation a lot. Doesn't help. Here's Filler at the other end. He's immediately trying to answer the bell. Couldn't do it. 4-2 score 11 and a half minutes to go in the game. Tanner Ripley, who's on the verge of a hat trick, sends one out front. Skips up top, sent low again. Tanner will have this in the far corner. Looking to come out front with it himself. Didn't have a lane to the net. Peels back, looking for some movement off the puck. Doesn't have it. Eventually goes up top. Gets it right back on a give-and-go play there with Tate Doris. Sent out to Aiden Story. He couldn't fire one. Sent up off of the dasher. It's going to be rushed and stepping in. Makes a big hit. Aiden Story plows a man over. Shot there. Stopped by Goldeck. And it will be face-off to the blocker side here of the Palmer net.
And that Palmer power play goal, that was a tongue twister there. The assist was given to number 27 again, Isaias Cerda.
I'm guessing that.
Isaias.
Pretty much what I do most of my life.
Isaias Cerda.
Why not?
Why not?
Walker Ripley has to retrieve in the neutral zone. He got it from his brother Tanner, works it up into the offensive end again, poked free of his possession. Comes out to the blue line, kicked over to Walker once again, tried to send it on frame. Turns out that he has to just send it down the wall. Aiden Story now picks it up for Steamboat. Cycles it down low, and it will be taken on the far side. Tanner Ripley's the first man there. He gets absolutely hammered. And now Aiden Story looks to fight for this one. Picks it up in the corner, sends it up top to Kenny. Max Kenny dishes it to Walker Ripley, fires. Stopped by Goldeck, rebound behind the net. Picked up by Palmer, sent up the near wall. Walker Ripley keeps it alive. Sends one right back in deep behind the Palmer zone and net. The Terrors finally get it to the neutral zone, and that allows at least two guys to change. Three, though, get caught out there because they didn't get it in deep, and the whistle blows. Offside's called, and a fortuitous whistle at that because Palmer can finish up the change. I don't like that. He didn't even end up picking it up for the guy.
Walker Ripley trying to pick the puck up for the official, just failed to get there.
9:55 to go here in the final stanza. 4-2 score. Your Sailors on top against Palmer. Here's Rushton. Sends it up. He was looking for Bomer. Couldn't connect. Coleman Bomer with his first shift of the third period here right now. And now Palmer's back the other way. It's Van Dyck. Makes a move. He's in. He shoots. Big save there from Kretschmar. Van Dyck far corner. Going to be hitting the wall, but able to battle off of a man. Palmer keeps it alive in the offensive end. Sent low. Rushton takes it back and fires it to the neutral zone. Chipped back in, delayed offsides. Bodies fly. Potential 2-on-1. Man, somehow stays on. Shot from Thiel. Stopped by Boldeck. And the rebound is going to be held on to by the Palmer netminder.
And we got ourselves what you would refer to as a ball game here. 4-2 midway through the third period. Sailors find themselves in unfamiliar territory. This is where you have to keep a smart, cool head, and your defense and goaltender need to stand tall.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Kept alive. Palmer takes this one, fires it up ice. It's going to be chased down by Stone. Near side corner in the offensive end for the Terrors. Sent up to the high slot, carried off the skate of Thiel. Picked up and fired to Griffin Malpe, one-on-one. Malpe goes to his strong side, gets around a defender. Ends up losing his foot. Now here's Bomer, fires a shot that's blocked. Comes out to the blue line, but Hubler looks like he'll get there in time to keep it alive. Getting it to Malpe, skates out of the corner, fires, stopped there by Goldeck. And it's worked to the far corner now. David Thiel turns in. He's going to try and lay the body on a man. Comes free, and eventually is worked by Max Kenny. Tried to send it out front to Quinn Doris, couldn't get it there. Sent down the length of the sheet by Palmer. That'll go for an icing and come back 165 feet with 8:29 left here in the third. Got ourselves a good one. 4-2 lead for the Steamboat Sailors.
That was a fantastic shift by Griffin Malpe. Tried to single-handedly take that puck down low, but just missed that edge around the defender as he was falling and continued to be forced on the rest of his shift. Oh, a little extra shot to the goaltender. Referees.
He's going to give it to him.
He's giving it to him. And that's what you get. That puck was nowhere near his pads. It was clearly in his glove. There's no reason to give him an extra shot. So, just like that, the Sailors are going to go on the penalty kill again.
Hey, I don't know, Andrew. Can you remind me? Palmer scored 2 goals. How have they done it?
They've done it on the power play.
What?
I know, right? It's crazy talk. But I had just said that this late in the game, you have a lead, got to keep a cool head, and that's just a terrible penalty to take.
Yeah, and unnecessary, too. Face-off is won by Steamboat, cleared the length of the sheet by Tate Doris. And Palmer will have to retrieve in their own end. This is going to be gathered in by Reese Hunt. Sends a D-to-D, finding his partner, Dane Smith, back there, and Smith walks out. Palmer up ice to Stone. Stone will just fire one in deep. In pursuit is Valdez on the near side wall. Buys Clyde. Puck sent out front. Shot is stopped by Kretschmar. Almost one of those that handcuffed him because he was kind of a knuckleball.
Strange angle, yeah. And sometimes, when the puck's flying, it looks like it's curving, but, I know, I can't save it.
You know more than I do, I'm sure. 7:59 left here in the third period. Officiating crew just having a quick discussion amongst themselves. And we're all situated. $1:35 left in the penalty kill for your Steamboat Sailors. They are trying to win a draw, but Palmer is able to come out with possession. Taken down by Van Dyck. Help from Valdez. Overskates the puck. And then Van Dyck reaches back, gets it to Valdez. And it's worked up to the blue line on a saucer pass. That one's kept alive. A shot tipped in front there by Stone. Good eye-hand coordination, but he could not put it in. Taken now at the blue line once again by Reese Hunt. Sends it low, bodies collide. Puck is worked by Story. He loses it. Then gets dragged down. Shot off of the iron. That was Van Dyck looking for his second of the game. Kept alive again by Palmer. Shot this time. Stopped by Walker Ripley, and he'll send it down the length of the sheet. And Boldeck will just set this one up for his own man in the far corner. 7:11 remaining here in the third period. 45 seconds to go now. In the man advantage. Stone with some agility, able to avoid a check. Now we've got another penalty coming up here. I'm not sure who this is against. Steamboat.
Let's see what he's calling. Elbow again. And I did not see it as it was in this corner that is difficult for us to see things. And did you see
Doris?
Oh no. Boy, that over and under bet's looking pretty smart right now.
Doris will sit for another 2.
And Palmer doing quite well on that power play. They had one postage shot. Maybe they have some letters to mail, I don't know, but kept it offensive zone for maybe that whole time.
20 seconds left in the 5-on-3 here. See if Palmer can do it. Sailors do block a shot. Nice job there. I think it was Hubler who got into a shooting lane. Chance for Palmer again. Shot. Carries off of a skate. 10 seconds to go. Palmer does keep it alive. 6.5 minutes left in the game. High slot. Shot. That one blocked as well. Nice job from Hubler. 2 big blocks. Another chance. That one goes behind the goal. Kemper stays on the ice here, but it is 5-on-4. Pardon me.
Well, Hubler is outsized by Sean Valdez, but he looks exhausted from pushing guys out of the crease.
Now a shot pass of sorts right through the wickets of Stone. Shot is stopped now by Kretschmar. Rebound comes back out. Fired towards frame by Finch, but it was blocked off again. Great job here in this one in particular, this penalty kill. The Sailors, from my total, have 3, possibly 4 blocked shots, and that's just huge to sacrifice the body like that, especially in a time of the game like now. 50 seconds remaining. One-time attempt blocked off. Tanner Ripley looks like he's still got enough gas in the tank to try and rush up 2-on-2. Sends it in low. Daniel Kempers will take it there. He's fresh out of the box as of about a minute ago or so. Tanner Ripley keeps it alive. But here comes Palmer. They have a gassed unit out there as well. So both teams running really, really long shifts here. Not in love with that, but you know what happens. Boldeck now will send this one up. Goes into the netting. And it will stay inside the zone.
And I just have to call out on this one. Hubler with some fantastic defense there on that 5-on-3. He was a little smaller than Sean Valdez, but he was fighting in the crease, blocking shots, and made a smart change when the puck left the zone hats off to Huber for some fantastic defensive play here late in the third.
5:13 left in that third period Andrew talked about. 16 seconds to go on the Doris penalty. I'll be going to back door for a free burger later on. 5:04 left here in the period. 4-2 score. Your Sailors are on top here on KTYV 105.7. Quindor is set to return, and it's going to be a poke check that sends it to Griffin Malpe's stick. Under 5 to go. Up ice pass comes to Thiel. Skipped away from him. Taken back by Palmer. Fired up into the bench. Players collide. Just a lost edge on that one.
I believe that puck went off the rear end of the official.
Did it?
Into the Palmer bench.
Dave was having himself a day. He got hit earlier as well when we were officiating a game.
So you're saying officials get beat up out there as well?
They do. And they mostly just get verbally beat up out there, you know, if we're being honest. But sometimes you get hit with the puck, too.
Oh.
It's going to be worked up by Palmer to the Steamboat blue line, taken there by Tate Doris. Saucer pass over the stick of Thiel, and it will go for an ice. Call against Steamboat, bringing it back to the Sailors' end.
Ice, baby.
Hey, don't be vanilla.
Don't be vanilla. I need to stop. I got to collaborate my notes here. I'm going to listen, and then we're going to see if that face-off's a new addition.
The ensuing draw is won by the Steamboat Sailors. 4:20 left here in in Steamboat Springs, sorry. 4-2 score. The Sailors are on top across the red line. In across the blue comes Max Kenny. Not really sure why he plays defense. I mean, every time he gets the puck, he's up ice like an offensive player. Worked out for shot and goal. David Thiel puts one home.
He sure did. And David Thiel also a goal and 3 assists, joining Griffin Malpe in the goal and 3 assist club for tonight.
So the Sailors increased their lead to 5-2. Both the previous times the Sailors have taken 3-goal leads, they haven't lasted long. Palmer's responded quick, but now all of a sudden the clock not on the side of the Terrors. 4:05 left in the game.
And I believe Griffin Malpe's going to get the assist on that one as well.
They'll probably give it to him. Why not? Nope, just Max Kenny.
No, just Max Kenny with the assist on the 5th goal for the Sailors here with 3:50 remaining in third.
Sailors work it up. It's Walker Ripley. Sends it out to brother Tanner. He's in across his own onside. Now going to be taken in the near corner. Ripley tries to walk out front. He gets bodied off the puck. Comes free to his brother Walker at the blue line. Nice skating there from Walker Ripley. He avoids pressure. Does dodge some checks, but also loses the puck in the process. Comes near corner to Ripley. Trying to send it down to Walker. Couldn't connect. Instead, taken back by the boys in brown. Palmer trying to get it up ice. Comes through to the high slot. Van Dyck couldn't get the shot off with a good back check from Walker Ripley. Worked up ice, and here's Tanner at the other end trying to send one out front. Couldn't connect on that pass. Rushton then skates right through him, man. Comes to Stone. And delayed offsides eventually going to be cleared as the Sailors will go for a quick change. Sent up to Stone. He gathers it with the left skate. Gives it off to Valdez. Valdez eventually just kind of ran out of real estate.
Oh man.
Now here's Stone. He's into the offensive zone. Gets dragged down. A little headlock of sorts right in front of the official. He's deemed play on.
So if he was looking for some prime real estate, who would he call?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Shot, stopped, rebound, just wide. Paoli Group, if you're searching for your own prime real estate, you can give them a call. 870-0552. Someone sent up ice once again. Quinn Doris, bad angle, chases down the offensive end. Tries to come out front and tuck it. Stopped by Boldeck. Comes out to the near side half wall. Contended for by Kempers. And he looked to send it out front. Skipped off a defender. Came to Henninger. Down the wall from Doris. He's trying to find his brother Quinn. Bodies collide. A little extra pushing and shoving there. And eventually it will go behind the goal and be picked up by Dane Smith. Smith tries to come up the near side with it, but can't clear. Sailors doing an excellent job here. Under 2 minutes to go in the game, pending a miracle. Pending a miracle.
Pending a miracle, or lots of penalties.
The Steamboat Sailors on their way to a victory here today. Here's Henninger. He's in. He shoots. Bolduc with a save. Rebound by Kempers. He finds his loft wedge and sends it to the netting. And that faceoff will come outside the zone.
Outside?
I don't know if you knew this, but I've got a feeling that tonight's going to be a good night.
It's going to be a good night. Do I get to tell you who my players of the game are?
You know, I couldn't think of a better time to do it.
All right. I have two that I couldn't decide between them. One is on the score sheet. That's Griffin Maltby, 1 goal, 3 assists. And the other one would be Hubler. He came up huge on that 5-on-3 when the Sailors needed him. He stepped up in a big way, and those are my players of the game, Hubler and Maltby.
Couldn't disagree with you. You wouldn't listen if I did. Here's Palmer at the other end for Steamboat. For Palmer. They get into the attacking end. Looks like a penalty coming up here against the Sailors.
With 53 seconds remaining.
Hooking called.
It's not a Doris, is it?
No. Looks like it's Max Kenny.
Oh, okay.
53 seconds, like you said, remain here in this game.
Oh, we have some angry fans yelling at us that there was no hooking on the play.
Well, maybe the angry fan should put some stripes on and go ref.
He wants you to get out there and go ref. Oh, he's going.
Not out of the rink, out on the ice. Puts it on. Go out there. 48 seconds left here. Vertical, not horizontal, bud. He's trying to say he already has stripes on.
Oh, no, he's mistaken.
5-2. Here comes Palmer. Waning stages of this one, closer to the end than the beginning. And a 3-goal lead. Whistle blows. Another penalty coming up.
Getting out of control here at the end.
Whoa. What did you say? Don't have too many penalties?
That's right, but this one's on Palmer.
High sticking going to be called against 8th and Finch. That'll bring this all the way back to the Palmer zone here. And the Terrors will be...
And some more fans shouting at the refs that they vacuum. I think he's saying something about them vacuuming.
Yeah, I believe so. They're a little disgruntled. Slap shot, blocked off. Rushton wanted to get it on goal. Maybe looking for a tip in front. No one home. Taken again by Palmer. They'll just wheel behind their own goal. 17 seconds on the clock. Chipped up to the high slot. Rushton collides with his own man there. Takes down Byer. Comes down. Bodies colliding. And another penalty coming up here. Don't touch it. There you go. That'll do it. Horn sounds. Game is over. And some extra curriculars. Extra give and take on a couple slashes both sides. Hockey play. 5-2 your final. Andrew, final thoughts?
I'm going to say our fans of the game are Peter and Sandra down there in Ballarat, Australia. I don't even know what time it is, but watching the live stream all the way from Australia, those are our fans of the game.
Yeah, you betcha. Good game here. And thank you for tuning in. Plenty more action next week for Steamboat Sailors, boys and girls basketball, and hockey. We'll cover it all right here on your Sailor Sports Connection, KTYV 105.7, and online at steamboatradio.com.
No boundaries.
Sports on FM, brought to you by
Yampa Valley Bank, Alpine Lumber, Celebration, Mountain View Car Wash, Steamboat Ace Hardware, Rockwood Auto Salon, Mountain Mattress and Furniture, Steamboat Resorts by Wyndham Vacation Rental,
and the Paoli Group with Colorado Group Realty.
Steamboat Sailors Ice Hockey on KTYV, Sports on FM at 105.7 and steamboatradio.com.
Central Park Liquor is your party headquarters for the big game with super pricing that will bowl you over. Like Bud and Bud Light 15-pack cans at just $10.49. Bud Light Seltzer 12-packs in all flavors at an amazing $14.99. And Stolich Meyer, regular and orange in the 1.75 liter